Rise and shine, beautiful souls. I want to talk to you guys today about change. And to be able to get into that, I want to tell you guys about a shamanic session I did months before I ever found out that I had stomach cancer, okay? So I'm with one of my friends. We're in this cabin and we're doing a shamanic session. We have an actual shaman there who's going to guide us through this shamanic session using DMT, right? And mushrooms. So as we began to go through the shamanic session, I could feel my body begin to do something, right? And before you knew it, I was having these visions. I want to explain to you guys this vision I had, and then you'll see why it's so important, why I want to talk to you guys about change. This was before I had stomach cancer, or before I knew about it, right? Well, in this vision, I'm standing on a beach, right? Now, I'm in a cabin in the wintertime, but in the vision, I'm on a beach. And as I'm standing there, I could see all of my body parts fall and hit the ground, like literally fall on the sand. And I start reaching for who I think is me. I didn't reach for my hands. I didn't reach for my arms or legs. I reached for my face. That's what I'm most familiar with. That's what I thought was me. But when I reached for my face, it broke into smaller pieces. So I would reach for the larger piece, the piece that makes sense, and it would crush into powder. Like if I touched it, it would break up. And before you know it, I couldn't tell the difference in between my face and the sand. It was just small, and I'm picking it up, and it's just running right through my hands. But what hands? My hands fell on the ground too. And so while I'm sitting here in this panic trying to pick me up, I hear this inner voice say, then who's reaching for you? And that's when it hit me. I am. Then who's that on the ground? And I said to myself, nobody. It's who I thought I was. In this vision, it was showing me my ego was being melted down or crushed into bits and bits. And I'm scrambling to keep it together, but I couldn't. The harder I tried, the more it broke down. You understand? Now, fast forward, I find that I have stomach cancer, right? I have to get my stomach removed. I do that. While I'm trying to recover from this surgery, I'm losing so much weight, I can't maintain any type of weight. It's just going that quickly, okay? It got so bad that I was losing the weight so fast that my skin was loose. I thought it was always going to be like that. I didn't know that it would tighten back up. So understand where I was at this moment was looking in the mirror every day and see myself shrinking. My muscles were atrophy because I could not move. I was having to lay in bed. I was on bed rest for a while. But one day I'm standing up in the shower and I'm washing myself, right? And I began to wash my backside and I felt how soft I was and how my skin was so loose back there. And I just started crying because it felt like I was washing some old man's body, not my body. And it just felt so crazy. And then when I walk past mirrors, and even now, if I walk past a mirror or a big glass window and I'm not thinking about it, I look because I'm like, who is that? I still don't recognize the person that I see. This was devastating for me, family, believing that I would never be the same, look the same. I was always a big guy, and now I'm feeling vulnerable, insecure. I went from wishing somebody would try me to hoping nobody tries me because I don't have the energy to fight off anybody. I'm a sitting duck. I knew I didn't have any energy, so I felt so small and weak and reduced. You understand? And again, I cried in the shower that day because I felt like I was losing myself. And then one day that vision started to come back to me, you know, that I was trying to keep myself together and you're not going to be able to. Something is happening to you. And whoever this person that you're trying to reach for and recover or remember, re-put back together again, remember, right? Because members is parts of your bodies, you call them members. So when you remember, you're putting something back together again. So I'm trying to remember the old me. And I could not. It kept breaking into smaller fractions of myself and to the point that it was unrecognizable. I didn't realize that's exactly what was happening to me at that moment, okay? But now, fast forward to now. People are saying, Kevin, you're looking good, you're looking healthy. I never thought I would see this day, family, you know? But the person that I was, they're still gone. This is a new being you see in front of you. And now people criticize me for changing. You understand? I think of myself like a caterpillar. When a caterpillar goes into a cocoon, it literally has to melt its entire body down in order to build back to be a caterpillar and have these wings. It melts its body down and has to rebuild itself. Is that not exactly what happened to me? My body, my ego had to melt down for me to build myself back, not using ego. You understand? And so now I feel like I'm a better person, able to fly and able to nourish and help the world. Just like that butterfly, when it breaks out of that cocoon and its wings dry, it's able to pollinate flowers, not just escape the winter or escape predators. It is inevitable that caterpillar must evolve, because if it doesn't, it will die. Predators are coming. Winter is coming, so it can't waste time thinking about how pretty its wings will be, or if it won't be accepted because of how its wings look. It just must evolve. And I think about that with us. We're always thinking about, if we put away our old self, if we allow our ego to die, if we sacrifice our ego for our truest selves, right? What would people think of us? How will we be accepted? That should not be on your mind. You should just be, and whatever that looks like, it's going to be beautiful. Please understand me, when a flower blooms, it's not thinking about what its petals are going to look like. You are the person who observes its beauty. The flower's not thinking that. You understand? It has a job to do. You have a job to do. So we need to stop worrying about what other people think when they're looking at us. They're going to criticize you for changing. People who are stagnant are going to criticize you. Oh, you think you something now? Oh, you acting new. You brand new. No, listen. I must grow, and I will not apologize for being. I will not apologize for evolving. I want you guys to know something. You are under no obligation to remain the same as you were last year, the year before that, last month, or even 15 minutes ago, even 15 seconds ago. You are under no obligation to remain the same. Don't ever think you owe it to anybody to remain the same. I don't care what they say. Be willing to melt. And what I mean is let go. Just let go of everything you thought you knew about you, and realize that there's more to you than what you were taught. Just like that caterpillar. If it's so busy trying to remember its caterpillar body while it's building up into a butterfly, it may fail. That cannot be the subject of your thoughts, of what you're going to look like once you come out of your cocoon, once you come out of your shell. Just come out and spread those big wings and do what you're supposed to do. Don't worry about how they look. Don't worry about how being you looks. Just be. It'll come to you naturally, I promise you. Okay? I want you guys to be willing to change. Be willing to accept whatever that may look like, because it's going to change your life in ways you never thought you would imagine. Okay? Not just honeybees pollinate our flowers so we can have fruit and vegetables. You know, butterflies, which we very seldom give them that credit for doing that, they also are responsible for contributing to that. Aren't you thankful? They're more than just animals with pretty wings or insects with beautiful wings. They are direct contributors to our livelihoods. If we lost them in honeybees, man, we have to change our whole way of living. Aren't you thankful that they change? Aren't you thankful that larvae turns into wings? We should be willing to do the same thing. And think about how many people you will help when you change, when you accept that you are designated for more than what you thought you were. Right? Be evolution, family. Be the change that you want to see, whatever that looks like. Close your eyes, envision change, and be that. Whatever you see, the change that you want to see, be it. People will respect you for it. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, like I did, it is in that chaos that you find yourself. Think about this. I'm in the middle of chaos. I see my body being broken up. I didn't know it felt so real, y'all. It felt so real. But it was in that chaos that I found myself. Not my cell, not myself, right? This being, this vessel that I'm trapped in. It wasn't that I found. I found something greater. You understand? This is just a receiver. This is just how you navigate this world. It's only a receiver. You understand? Right now I'm feeling a little chilly, but I'm not asking my cells to what temperature it is outside. They automatically respond and tell me how to feel. When I look out into the world, I take the sun and I process that into light in the back of my mind. Everything I see, I'm actually seeing it inside of me. Everything I feel, I'm feeling it inside of me. This is only a receiver. You understand? If you want to get more connected to the universe, the way out is in. The way to reach out is to reach in, because you are the receiver, right? The more in tuned you are and connected to that, the more you will feel and interpret. You understand? And when you get those signals, it tells you how to change. Your intuition tells you how to change. Your awareness tells you who you need to be when you look at this world and see it's not what it's supposed to be. Do you understand? Being the change you want to see is by first recognizing and having the awareness of what needs to be done, the change that needs to be, and then you can become that. But if you're not connected, you're not even going to know. And have the courage to be who you inspired to be. You understand? That's it, family. I love you all. Be the evolution, be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting the other. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, it is in that chaos that you would have found yourself. Peace, family.